MaxKB stands for Max Knowledge Brain. For an agentic software, the name checks out. It's an open source platform designed to build enterprise grade intelligent agents. It integrates a retrieval augmented generation pipeline which enables anyone to create advanced AI assistants capable of understanding and responding accurately using internal or external knowledge. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. Please like the video and subscribe and consider becoming a member as that helps a lot. In this video we are going to install this MaxKB and we will see how exactly this works. Let's get right into it. I am going to use this Ubuntu system. I have one GPU card which is NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM, but I am going to use API based models for this one, but I will show you the other integrations too. If you're looking to rent a GPU or VM or CPU on very affordable price, you can find the link to Massed Compute in video's description with a discount coupon code of 50% for range of GPUs. I have created the virtual environment that is not mandatory, but I always do it as I repurpose the same VM again and again. One tool which you would need to get this MaxKB installed is Docker. I have this recent version of Docker installed and I'm going to use that one. And then we can simply install this tool with a one-liner just to run this, and it will download the image and then run it on our local system. While that does that, let's talk a bit more around this tool as what exactly it is. So through document uploading or automated web crawling, MaxKB processes data via text segmentation and vectorization to minimize hallucinations and ensure high quality, contextually relevant responses. This makes it ideal for use cases such as intelligent customer service, maybe corporate knowledge management, or even some educational support. So, wherever you need reliability and contextual accuracy, I think this is the market and niche they are going to target. Beyond RAG, MaxKB provides an agentic workflow system that allows the user to design and automate complex AI driven processes. It also supports powerful tool use via MCP or Model Context Protocol, and it integrates easily into third party business system without coding and offers compatibility with a range of LLMs, both open and also the proprietary one. But I have seen that with the open ones, especially the ones you get installed with Ollama and others in a contest format, the tool struggles like various other agentic software which are trying to access web and which are trying to build some enterprise grade agents. The reality is that still you would need hosted huge big models instead of local models to get these things running. Having said that, let's go back to our terminal, and after everything is running, you can see that once you access it in your browser at localhost port 8080, you can see that MaxKB is now running. By default, just log in with user admin, and password is also given on their GitHub repo, which is MaxKB at 123 with two dots. And I am now logged in. I'll just say not now. Let me just set my another new password. And after resetting the password, it would ask you to re-log in again, and you can see that I'm now logged in. Front end is vue.js, whereas the backend of this tool is in Python and Django, where LLM framework LangChain is being used. And for database, they are using PostgreSQL with pgvector extension. Now the interface is quite straightforward. As you can see, you can define your own application here by just clicking on the new create. So if you just create a new simple one, and you can create a workflow, you can just upload your own files, your own data, where you can give it local documentation or even URLs. You can also integrate it with a lot of tools, for example with your own tools or some model context protocol. You can even get it from their tool store, which I believe it's a hosted something. And then towards the end there is a model. You can access a lot of public models like Amazon, Anthropic, OpenAI, and you can also go with the local Ollama based models. So let me try first with Ollama one. So I'll just go here. I already have Ollama installed. If you don't know what Ollama is, it is one of the easiest tools to run language models in a context format, especially if you're testing out things. I won't recommend it for production, but for testing, for starting out, it is I think a good start. But for production usage, you can go with VLLM. That's a really good option in my opinion. I use it most of the time for my production projects. So go with VLLM. For production, for dev and testing, go with Ollama. Okay, so just click on add model here, and then from here you can start giving it the model name, type, and whatever. So type simply means is it vision model, it is a re-ranker embedding model, and these are different types of models. So for example, LLM is for text generation, vision model is used for images and maybe video. Embedding model is which converts your text into numerical representation. A re-ranker comes in a RAG pipeline after the hybrid search or retrieval. I'm just going to select the LLM, and this is where you can put it in your information around your Ollama model. And this is what it is going to look like once you give it the model name. I'm just going to go with this model name. It's base model, same model, and then the same URL, same um, username and password from my local system which I set. After setting the model, you can set your knowledge. Let's say you just want to create a simple general knowledge base. So I'll just call it my data, and then let's say about myself, and then you can select your embedding model. They just provide your own model, which comes very handy. You can also select others from the embedding by changing the model type, and this is where you can upload your document. So for instance, you can just click here, and from your local system you can select anything. Maybe I'll just go here, and I hope that I have a PDF file. So this is a PDF file which I'm going to upload, and I'll just say, so this is the whole information it has detected. I just started import, the import is done. So all the data is now there. The model should be able to give us grounded response. And similarly, you can create your own tool by going here, and or you could just simply create an MCP server quite easily. And then from the app menu, you can create your own application. I'll just click on simple here, and I'll just save my test, something like that. And there you go. So this is where you can use it. You can for example give it your name, your AI model, and system prompt if you just want to give it any role. It's a very standard interface where you can integrate voice, MCP tool, output thinking if you want to see the reasoning trace. And you can for example select your GPT OSS model, and then I'll just keep it as is. You can click on generate. You are a helpful assistant, and then you see that I'm just playing around with it just to show you how to, and this is all our model is generating the whole prompt, and you can then either copy paste or just move it over there by just clicking on this response button. Now one thing I have noticed that it is very heavily Chinese, very heavily Chinese, so which is quite interesting, and there are also quite a lot of errors in the interface which I am encountering. Now it's not easy to change it from Chinese to English, so I'm just going to say here you are a helpful assistant. So most of this stuff it gives in Chinese, and this is, if you want, you can give it the reference prompt, and then you can just start chatting with it. This is, or you could simply publish it from here, and then you can use it in your code after integrating all the tools and knowledge. So it is a very standard sort of software, I would say, and you have to save it at every step. So for example, let's say if you have asked it who is Fahad Mirza, it is just giving you some random answer. But then I added this my data here by just clicking on this adding my data source, and then when I asked it who is Fahad Mirza, now it is giving me the answer from that text file. So as I said, there are a lot of good things around this project. For example, It is providing you a very nice clean interface with all the tools, MCP, rag functionality without doing much heavy lifting. But at the same time, there are few bugs, and if you try to do something automated, it just falls back to Chinese. But other than that, not bad at all, I would say. If you're just looking for a simple tool with agentic capabilities, maybe have a look at it. But at the same time, I think there are more than 2 to 3 thousand similar tools out there at the moment, and we have covered all of them. So I will leave the decision to you. Let me know what do you think. Please like the video and subscribe, and consider becoming a member, as that helps a lot. Thank you for all the support.